All right, are we ready for some Allen and Ginter? We are going to be finishing up the back half of the case that we started a couple of days ago. But as we generally do before we get started ripping, we are going to go over a little information here just to make sure that we are all on the same page, moving in the same direction. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So feedback it is set to be automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return, thanks to the miracle of automation. And the other thing there is to say thank you. I always appreciate you being here, of course, spitting, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me. We are next going to take a look at what's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night we do have one new release, and that is Origins Football. We're going to be opening an 8-box, half-case quantity of that. Those are loose boxes from shared cases. We're also going to open another one of our TriStar full-size autographed football helmets, the authentic ones. Yeah, no replica there. Not messing around with all that stuff. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday all will be off nights. Then we're going to roll into Tuesday and get busting into some Bowman Chrome again when we roll around to Tuesday night. For tonight, we have just the one break, so don't have to worry about the order things go in. Lots of cards in this, so all the teams are going to hit something, I'm sure. However, we do have some secondary categories, and every once in a while one of those might not hit something. DNA, relic type things are usually the ones that wouldn't hit if that were to happen. And if it does, you will still get something. You'll get consolation cards, and they will go out when the rest of the break goes out the door, since this is a paid shipping break. Now, as far as shipping the cards themselves, I am anticipating a Monday shipping date. And of course, as always, if I can get something sent out to you faster than the date you see listed there, I will happily do so. But it is always listed as plus or minus a date, just to make sure that I get it all buttoned up. And I'm going to check here for a second. We did have some unpaid things, but let me see where we sit on that. Looks like it's just the one team, and it was only for like $5. So we're just going to, I'm just going to update the spreadsheet, noting that one is unpaid, and then we'll keep on track. So I'll bring you back to me for a second while I go over here and make my quick little notation, and then we'll be right on back down the road here. So give me just a second. Yeah, because I think it would just take us forever to, well, not forever, but I guess what I'm saying is for $5, maybe the person will pay it after the break, and if they don't, I think it's probably okay. It's probably not worth the effort to try to work our way through it, is it? So this is a 6-box half case of Allen and Ginter baseball. This is break number 4. It is the back half of the case that we started a couple of nights ago. And of course, it ended tonight on eBay the same night we are breaking it. Sadly, the day my Reds once again lost and are now out of the postseason. And that is Thursday, the 1st of October. Team names are on the left-hand side. Winner user ID across from each team on the opposite side. And that is where we go from there. Somebody says we've got an echo on the audio. Well, I don't know how that happened. We've never had that before. So that's interesting. Let me try something here. Hang on. Give me 1 second. They had me change. I got on with customer service last night, and they had me change a ton of stuff. And it was a mess, to say the least. And I still don't think that whatever is going on, I'm still not sure that they actually have it fixed for me. But they had me download a bunch of stuff, delete, reinstall. We've already done that once. And I guess there went an echo. So Jay Allen, what about now? Is it still, and who else? Nicholas, guys, are we still having echoing? I don't hardly know how we could be having, but maybe we are. So I'm just waiting for you guys to tell me if I need to keep monkeying around with this, or did we take care of the echo? The echo is gone. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. At least one thing's going right. I tell you, I was on the phone with the customer service people and actually on chat as well with the broadcast software people, and it was awful. I have never had such an awful experience with customer support in my life. I'm surprised I got anything done. It was horrendous, but we'll see if they've got it fixed. At least I was able to fix that part, it sounds like. Changing up the focus, guys. You're going to notice right now your background got blurry. That's intentional. I don't want you to worry about that. We're going to be able to see what we need to see up a little closer that way. Each one of these boxes, we're going to be looking for 3 cards per box. They can be autograph cards, relic cards, rip cards, printing plates, or book cards, also known as booklets. So we're going to find 3 of some combination of that per box. We are also going to have 1 box loader per box. And all right, and what else have we got on there? Thank you all for letting me know about the audio, by the way, because I have to keep it turned down on my iPad, which is where I watch the rest of the stream to make sure we're not freezing up and all that. But if I turn the audio on there, oh, that makes a hot mess on my end. So I didn't know, so thank you all for letting me know on that. Mike, you were asking about the unpaid spot. You know what? That thing only sold for like $5. I'm not even going to worry about it. We're just going to rock on. I mean, we're not even going to sweat that one. It'll probably get paid, but even if it doesn't, that's $5. So we're probably just going to let that one roll. But I always appreciate the willingness there, of course. So our first box loader, it goes to the Angels, and it is Mike Trout. Now, as I go along, I'm going to extract our minis out of each pack, because each pack has one, and I have found the most efficient way, at least for me, is to get them out of every pack ahead of time. Because otherwise, when you're kind of sorting through the base, you know, when you go through the base at a pretty good little clip, they like to kind of jump up on you and fly around everywhere and make everybody's life miserable. So we're going to try to do it this way. And of course, you saw there we had a lot of different bidding categories for the non-baseball stuff. So as we come across each one of those for the first time, I will point them out and let you know what it is. I mean, most of it is pretty self-explanatory, but just in case there's any question, we'll take a look at it as it comes through so everybody's aware of how that works. Oh, I see Mike was offering to buy that unsold spot. Hey, thank you, man. I do appreciate that. But you know what? Honestly, I think it's probably at this point, you know, I don't usually let stuff set unpaid, right? You know that about me. But we've just had so much unpaid stuff lately, and truthfully, for $5, I just think I can't deal with it tonight. So I'm hoping the person who bought it's going to pay for it, and if they don't, then I tell you what, if you want to email me, Mike, after the break, and if the person didn't pay for it and you want whatever we hit for the team, then fine. I've got no problem with that. I'll tell you that right now. So you may want it, you may not. I don't know. We don't know what we're going to pull, but I am going to give the person who has it now, at least they can have a shot to get it paid. And if they don't, and you still want to talk about it after the fact, then we can revisit it then. Which again, usually not the way I do it, but tonight I just don't care about that $5 all that much. As in, I don't want to slow down the break over $5. Not meaning that. I realize that probably came out sounding not the way I intended it to sound. I meant to just say it always slows things down when we stop to deal with the unpaid team. So often, if it is something that's maybe $10, $15, sometimes even $20, these days I'm just kind of trying to be more zen and just say, let's just do it rather than go through the delay of otherwise dealing with it. But again, I do appreciate it for sure. So, all right, Jay Allen says he needs the Phillies, the Rays, and the Farm Digging Sky categories tonight. Jason's looking for some Tigers. And somebody said Tatis up there. I think that was Nicholas. He thinks we're going to hit a Tatis rip card tonight, which would be nice. So for our minis, of course, I'm going to show you the back sides of these because sometimes we do find them with different backs. This particular one is celebrity. So non-baseball celebrity basically covers anybody that isn't a baseball player or a baseball manager. Everybody else, you know, all the other athletes, TV personalities, all that stuff go to that non-baseball celebrity category. So there's a little black border for the Royals. This is, of course, a separate bidding category. It is called Booming Cities. We'll find a handful of those before we finish up tonight. Oakland A's managed to work their way up the ladder. They're still in the hunt for the playoffs, so they advance for the first time in I don't know how long. This insert set is called Where Monsters Live. There are plenty of places. That one says The Swamp. There's the Cubbies. This is a non-baseball celebrity, which I'm generally just going to refer to as celebrity going forward. Citadels and Safeholds is part of a separate bidding category. And we've got the Angels with a mini. There's one for the Marlins. Here come the Astros. We've got a Monsters Under the Stairs. That does look creepy, doesn't it? That looks like you're going into the basement on The Conjuring, if you've ever seen that movie. Ooh, the first Conjuring, I mean. Tampa Bay Rays. The St. Louis Cardinals. Although maybe the other Conjurings had a basement too. I can't remember. Tom Seaver and the Mets. The A's. The Pirates. Here's a black border for the Braves. That's who eliminated my Reds today. That is Austin Riley. And then we have one for the Dodgers who will be getting ready to play here about any time. That was a celebrity. This is Safari Sights. Separate bidding category. Lion Cub. And there's Mr. Nick Senzel for the Cincinnati Reds, followed by Keston Hiura and the Brewers. That's who's playing the Dodgers tonight. The dear old Brewers. Actually, that would be a pretty good matchup, Dodgers-Brewers, one would think. Anyway. Okay, so base cards, we're going to move through them pretty quickly. Then, separate bidding category, this is Digging Deep. So it has its own little bidding spot. We're going to, usually I'll just, you know, I might say digging or whatever, but just so you'll know when it comes through there. I mean, I think you would see it, but sometimes people are multitasking, looking away, that sort of thing. This is called Reach for the Sky. I just generically kind of call those skyscrapers, so that's probably how I will call them out. There's Celebrity. That guy is the author of Goosebumps. If you have kids, you're probably familiar with that. Debut to Remember is an insert series that we will find throughout. And this, in as much as it looks like it's card, it's an advertisement. It's a cool looking one, but an advertisement nonetheless. And we'll find a handful of those as we go along as well. Here is a long ball insert, and that is the Yankees. A bunch more base. Field Generals, we'll find lots of those. Again, they're generally unnumbered and whatnot, but I'll point it out if it's otherwise. That one is the White Sox. And the first one we see for Down on the Farm. Oh, and that one is The Farmer. Yeah, can't get much more down on the farm than the actual farmer, can we? Of course, they also have corn stalks and cows and pigs and a bunch of other stuff. Digging Deep. I mean, in this card set. Obviously, we know there's lots of stuff like that on a farm. Okay, so this lady here, she is, I know it says baseball pioneer, but we looked her up the first time we hit her, and I can't remember what her deal was, but she wasn't connected to a team, as one might expect, given that she's a lady. And so it goes to the celebrity category, because she didn't match up with any current Major League Baseball team. So that's how that works. Okay, there's a skyscraper. And what else? Long ball lore worth talking about because it happens to have a Montreal Expo on there. I would say most of you probably know this already, but for someone who might not, the former Montreal Expos are the current Washington National. Cards do always stay with their franchises. So this is I know he looks kind of like would be a baseball player. He's not. He's celebrity. He's some kind of BMX bike guy. So that's why I'm showing you the back of that to illustrate that he is, in fact, celebrity. This guy, who looks like he would be non-baseball celebrity, well, he's not. He's actually a Marlin, because guess what? He's the barber for the Marlins. And that is how he is identified on the back of the card as well. So Juice goes to the Marlins. Bale of hay for Down on the Farm. It looks like most of our hits are hanging out over here, doesn't it? Silos Down on the Farm. We've seen one so far. We've got two more that we're looking for in here to see what we can come across. There's Digging Deep. And that is Skyscrapers. So, Jay Allen, you're sure it wasn't like the DNA relic that you saw, right? It was a Digging Deep relic, just by the way, just as an aside, because I think Digging Deep is a category you have. And I know there are DNA relics. I don't know, that are listed in the DNA category, but I think you did say it is a Digging Deep relic that you saw earlier. I somehow didn't realize we even had a Digging Deep relic right off the top of my head. I was thinking about the DNA ones when we were talking in chat or in messages earlier. That was a Digging Deep. There's another celebrity J.K. Dobbins, and a Skyscraper. The relics in here for those kinds of categories in Allen and Ginter are always really nice. They're super hard to hit. I'm not going to lie. They are hard to hit, but they are pretty awesome when you do. We've got an autograph coming up. This is going to be hit number 2 out of box number 1. And it is the White Sox, and that is Tim Anderson with the framed autograph for the White Sox with Tim Anderson. Here's a Down on the Farm with a chicken. And there is a Schwarber relic, Kyle Schwarber for the Cubs. Jay Allen said, how would they do a farm relic, a sprig of hay? I don't think there are relics for the farm category. But I don't know. You remember the year they did, that hadn't been that long ago, just a year or two ago, they did their relics for like Santa Claus and some fictional things like that. And those were a lot of fun. So, hey, why not? A little piece of hay, I guess. I don't know. And there are some, you said, for Digging Deep. Cool. They are turquoise. You saw a turquoise one. Awesome. See? Somehow I didn't even realize that right off the bat. So there you go. There's so much stuff in here. You honestly, I wouldn't be surprised just about with anything we found, to tell you the truth. It's a hodgepodge of stuff. That is for sure. Second out, it is the White Sox and Robert with a box loader. All right. Now comes the long boarding parts. That's right. We got to get all the packs open and all the minis out. It's the part that always takes us forever in products like this. I'm also trying to keep an eye on that broadcast software to see if it's giving me any kind of funky messages or anything. You know what? That is the one thing I will say about this company. Just about every time that they do an update, they have something happens and their software will just be crap for, I don't know, at least a couple more updates after the first one. Sometimes it's just minor things that impact my side of things and don't impact your side of things. But this last one, which was about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 weeks ago when that update came through, that's when we started having these weird intermittent problems of a variety of kinds. And I truthfully, after all that time last night with CS, which I really thought maybe we had it entirely fixed, and now I'm thinking, well, maybe we do. I hope we do. But then we had the weird audio thing, so that didn't give me much confidence either. You said the egg isn't in this release, is it? No, the egg was last year. So some of you may remember it was literally a picture of an egg, just a generic picture someone took of a regular egg. And they started I don't remember if it was an Instagram page for it or a Twitter page for it, maybe Instagram. And somehow or another, this egg, just this plain egg, took on a whole life of its own. And so Allen and Ginter put a card in there of the egg. Yeah, that was last year. I mean, they always put some interesting stuff in here. There's no question about that. You will always expect to see some quite entertaining things in Allen and Ginter. It's just how they roll. But I think it would be one of the more fun sets to put together if you worked at Topps, because you could probably sit around and suggest just about anything that wasn't illegal or immoral, objectionable maybe I should say, and they'd probably consider putting it in there. You know, I mean, you could probably come up with just about anything, and at some point somebody has probably thought about it for Allen and Ginter. All right, so there we have the Astros. There's a black border for the A's, Tampa Bay Rays. This is the first one we've seen for bugging out. That is a separate bidding category, of course. Over here, I've got the Red Sox. Here's a safari one for a warthog. Ooh, that one's a new one. Monsters live in the ocean, allegedly. The Dodgers, the Mets, the Diamondbacks. Here come the Mets again. Black border Rockies. There's the Minnesota Twins. Here's the Phillies with one. The Cincinnati Reds have one. And the Astros. So, well, we better look at these minis first. And I'm going to tell you something I just saw that is interesting. Monsters live in the swamp. There's a black border for the Cardinals. The A's, back-to-back A's in our minis. 9 ways to first base. That's its own bidding category. Then we've got the Mets, the Yankees, and the Astros again. So, Johnny Bench has decided, well, some of you know this, some of you don't. Johnny Bench and Hank Aaron are my 2 favorite players ever in baseball. Love them both. And Johnny Bench, who played for my beloved Reds in the days when the Reds were good, has decided to sell his memorabilia collection. Oh, yeah. It's going to be on sale not too far from me, up the road at the Louisville Slugger Museum, digging deep. Which is, I mean, it's not up the road in as like 5 miles, but as in like an hour away or an hour and 20. There's a skyscraper. And apparently he's going to sell most of his collection. Now, the guy's got 3 kids, and they're all boys. But one is an older kid, and then he's been married like 800 times. And the younger ones are just maybe 10 years old, 10, 12, 13. Sky, that one. And apparently, because there's 3 boys and they can't split it equally, and I guess they must not be showing a lot of interest in it, the collection of memorabilia, they're going to be selling it. So they're going to be selling like his MVP stuff and I mean like his really good stuff going up for auction. Down on the farm, a dog. There's a celebrity again, and another farmer. He says he's going to keep a few select pieces, but from just the general overview I saw, I mean, he's selling his rings, he's selling his World Series trophies, he's selling his Golden Glove stuff, his MVP stuff. So, I mean, I don't know, the bat that he hit his final home run with, I don't really know. Whatever he's keeping, he's not keeping a lot of the major stuff, apparently. There were a couple of celebrities. There's a Digging Deep. Of course, Vin Scully just sold off a bunch of his stuff and netted a ton of money. And I think that there's a Chip Gaines celebrity. I think that maybe partially played into Johnny Bench's decision as well, because I think he said something to the effect of, Well, you know, they didn't make a lot of money when he played, and he's been retired for what? I don't know, 4 decades maybe. And he says basically he needs to make sure his youngest kids have enough money set aside for their education and to not have to worry, because obviously he's older, in his 70s anyway. And so, yeah, he's going to sell it all. I would like to have it all, but you know I won't be able to afford any of it. But I think it'll be really entertaining and interesting. And if some of you out there do have loads of extra money laying around, hey, maybe you want to pitch in and buy a bunch of Johnny Bench stuff. I don't know. All right, so let's see. I had to get a few sleeves out. So there I was out of my little pack that was next to me. So we have a framed relic here. It is Pudge, Ivan Rodriguez, out for the Rangers, Texas Rangers. You want to know if I buy Aristides Aquino? Hang on one second. That was a celebrity. That, again, is the Marlins barber, so it goes to the Marlins. Here's my deal. This girl goes to the Indians. She actually is coached for the Indians and the A's and some team in Israel, but you can see she's in a Cleveland Indians uniform, so she goes to the Indians. And there's Skyscraper. Celebrity, celebrity. So if you've been around here much, you've probably heard me talk about this before. I do not get really any satisfaction in buying cards that are currently available. I will frankly spend 10 times the money trying to either hit it myself or trying to hit it in someone else's break. And by hit it myself, I mean buying boxes that I open myself. There's a celebrity, there's a tractor, there's another celebrity. There's another celebrity. I just find it much more satisfying. I do not find it very satisfying at all when I just buy the card outright. And I know some of you feel that same way because we've had this discussion before. Other people do not, and some people are okay whichever way it happens. There's digging deep. But for me, I very seldom buy them outright. I prefer to pull them myself out of a box I'm opening for myself that I bought myself, or in a break. I know that's weird, but that's kind of how I am. There is Chapman for the New York Yankees. There's a Skyscraper. And I'm not going to say I've never bought a card, because clearly I have. I've bought quite a few, digging deep. But it is not frequently. I much prefer to do it the other way. So we have a framed mini autograph. It's going to Baltimore Orioles, and it is John Means for Baltimore. And then we've got a farm bale of hay. Jay Allen, you said that Johnny Bench collection will go for crazy money. I would expect that it would. Yeah, I would think it's got, I mean, I have no idea all the stuff that's in it. Just those things I mentioned or what I happened to catch as I saw it being discussed. I just caught the tail end of something. So I don't know everything that's going to be in it, but I would expect fully that it will bring up quite a sum of money. And I also expect that some of that stuff, truthfully, will sell to Topps, and maybe even Panini, but probably Topps, because that's some of these guys, if they don't have deals with them, although I think Topps does have a deal with Johnny Bench, but maybe Panini doesn't, they go buy some of this stuff that comes from the family that is definitely 100% authenticated, and then that's what they'll use to cut up and make their relic cards with. So that happens too sometimes. For the Mets, it's your polar bear, Pete Alonso. That is our box loader out of box number 3. CIA Chef is here wanting to know if we have seen any good Red Sox come out yet. I do not think so. Jay Allen says he doesn't think so either. So, yeah. So we think not. The CIA Chef, you know, of course, that we'll recap it at the end. But I don't really believe I've seen anything too noteworthy at this point, anyway, for the Red Sox. So I would be interested to see what the Johnny Bench sale nets. It's got to be, I mean, I think they said Vin Scully's collection, which just sold really recently. And it sold, I want to say online, right? I think that was all online. This one, I'm not sure. Where's the mini? If it's going to be online, that's weird. Or if it's going to be live only. It made it sound like it was going to be live only, but that seems super strange if they would do it that way, particularly right now in the land of COVID. So maybe it's going to be live, but they're also going to allow online bidding or phone-in bidding or something. I can't imagine they would do a collection that size exclusively at live auction in today's world anyway. So heck, I'd like to just go preview it even. Just look at all of it and take pictures of it and ooh and ah over it. But of course, that's because I really like Johnny Bench. So that's why, I guess. And you would have to think he's probably got a lot of stuff from his teammates and other players as well, in terms of signed things and just general memorabilia. I think it said one of his Reds home jerseys, game worn type thing. I think one of those was in there, and I'm trying to remember all the list of stuff. But anyway, it should be fun. It hits in November, I think, maybe the middle of November-ish, so about a month. I guess that's a little over a month if it's mid-November, isn't it? Well, anyway, somewhere in that general vicinity. So, that'll be fun. Jay Allen says his collection should go to a museum. Well, I think he does have somewhat of a, I'm going to call it maybe like an unofficial sort of museum in his hometown, I think. But I also know that it was said that his oldest son was also bringing a lot of stuff from Cincinnati, that he had a Johnny Bench, who lives in Florida now, had apparently a ton of this sort of stuff in storage in Cincinnati. And so his son, I believe, was rounding it up from Cincinnati and from that kind of unofficial museum. So I think it's going to be the bulk of this stuff. It's Red Sox, the Indians, Orioles, and the Red Sox again. Here's the Yankees, the White Sox. I find it hard to believe the A's knocked the White Sox out, but that's surely what happened. The A's, here's Booming Cities. I bet the White Sox find that hard to believe, too. There's the Braves. It is not hard to believe that the Reds got knocked out. There's Celebrity. The Cleveland Indians. There's Monsters Live in the Attic. The Brewers. Another Bugging Out. And there's another Red Sox, followed by one for the Natties. The Phillies. Monsters Live in a Dark Tunnel. Ooh, do they now? To remember to avoid dark tunnels, won't we? There's the San Diego Padres. Here's a black border Castillo for the Reds. For the Royals, for the Cubbies, and the last one is also for the Cubbies. So those are all the minis out of box number 3. Jay Allen, you think some museums will bid? You know, they might well on some, especially some of the higher end stuff and the World Series stuff and the MVP and Golden Gloves and the award type thing. I could definitely see that. We had a Celebrity and a Digging Deep. There's another Celebrity. Skyscraper. Celeb. Skyscraper again. And there's one of our hits, and you know what? We're going to come back to it in a minute because it's really early to find it, so we'll just go back to it in a second. That was a Celebrity. There's a Down on the Farm with some corn stalks. Celeb. Farm Horse. That stack is getting way too big, and it has to move. I do not like my cards to be stacked high. I don't know, personal preference. So the relic that popped up a minute ago that I deferred for a second, it's Miggy. Miguel Cabrera for Detroit and the Tigers. Tigre. Jay Ellen says monsters live under your bed, in the closet, in a swamp, in a dark tunnel in a swamp. There you go. Monsters live under your bed and in your closet and in the dark tunnel on the way to your swamp. There's celebrity digging deep. And that is also celebrity with the J.K. Dobbins and another digging deep. Lots of digging deep tonight, it seems. Skyscraper. And here's a rooster for down on the farm. And this guy just hung up there by himself. He's another digging deep. Celeb. Advertisement. And a Castillo relic for my little Cincinnati Reds. Monsters live in your head. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, that is true for sure. Tell you what, I feel like monsters have been living in my head this entire year. Say we all probably feel like that to a certain extent. This goes to the non-baseball celebrity category. It is a relic for Andy Cohen, TV guy. All right, so far so good. Celeb farm tractor. Celeb. Yeah, so the Titans, of course, the first team to test positive since the NFL started back. Scheduled to play my Steelers this weekend. And, you know, even as far back or as recently as yesterday, NFL was still saying, oh, they'll probably play. We might have them play Monday or Tuesday. I'm thinking, how are you going to have them play Tuesday? And then they got to play again on Sunday. But at any rate, now the Titans have had more people test positive, and they've completely postponed the game. So my Steelers not playing this weekend, but I bet it's going to affect them, you'd have to think. Skyscrapers, celebrity, and a long ball insert. Because then that effectively gives you, I mean, it's kind of a bye week. If you had banged up people, that'd be great, but yet they don't really have banged up people, and not right now. I mean, I guess a little tiny bit, but, well, yeah, we do too, because we have Deontay Johnson with a concussion, and so I guess we do have some banged up people. But anyway, I think they should have called it earlier rather than letting them prep all week long and not telling them until today, Thursday, that, oh, guess what? You're not going to be playing. And how are they going to make it up? That's going to be a mess too, because I doubt seriously the Titans and the Steelers have the same regularly scheduled bye week. So you guys want to know what's fun? In the first half of this case, do you know what we hit? We hit ourselves a box loader rip card. And you know what we're about to hit here in the second half of this case? Oh yeah, kids. We have ourselves another box loader rip card. Now, I'm going to tell you this. The guy who hit the first one insisted that somebody told him and sent him a picture and said that the wrapper is numbered. But the wrapper isn't numbered. I had to go dig it out of the trash because I was like, I've never seen him number a wrapper. Yet he sent me a picture of one that was legit look numbered that someone sent to him. But I don't know where they got it because there is clearly no numbering on these wrappers. But anyway, I went digging through the trash and found it for him, so... Oh, look at that. It's Ken Griffey Jr. You know I love that. Even though it's the Mariners, anybody that's Ken Griffey, Jr. or Senior, it makes me happy. So look at that. Ken Griffey Jr. Mariners box loader rip card. We hit 2 box loader rip cards out of the same case. What are the odds? I'll tell you now. They're low. It's low odds that would happen again. So we must be living right. Nicholas said, oh, he was hoping it was Tatis. I know, man, that would have been nice for you. I'm sorry it wasn't, but I got to tell you, I kind of like seeing Ken Griffey Jr. No offense to you, and I would have also been thrilled if it had been your Tatis. But that having been said, I do like I do like King Griffey Jr., so I don't get to keep it either way. I just like to look at them. And of course, those large ones like that, they have 3 different minis inside. The traditional rip cards, of course, have but 1, with there being 3 inside the box loader rip card. Man, I think I would have to rip that thing if it were mine, personally. With 3 in there, I just don't see how you don't rip that. I mean, honestly, I can't really even have one of my own, like if I owned it. Because no, you think I'm crazy, but they call me in the middle of the night if they're unripped. You start hearing them, come and rip me. I'm waiting for you to rip me open. It's like a bad horror movie where you're in bed and all of a sudden your baseball card starts crawling to you. Yeah, I don't know. I can't resist it if I own it. Fortunately, I can resist it when I don't own it, so I won't be ripping your card. But if it were mine, I would absolutely, unquestionably have to get in there when knowing that there are 3 minis in there. Angela wants to know if we hit the hot box already. We did. The first half of the case had the hot box. I was just sorting that right before this break started. I was finishing that sorting. And yeah, we hit the hot box, and we had a hand-numbered mini. We had a red autograph hand-numbered. We had the box loader. We had a rip card box loader. And can't remember what else out of the first part. But that much I know because as I said, I finished the sorting on it this evening. So overall, it's been a pretty good case. We've hit some nice overall out of this particular case. But the two different full-size box loaders, that's nice. I thought we were quite lucky to hit one. I'm shocked we hit another. But maybe that's how they do it. Maybe if you get one of those, they go ahead and put both in the case so that they know both rip cards are accounted for. I don't know, really. Because that's new this year, so don't know how they're doing it. The Padres, Rays, Rockies, Astros. There's the Red Sox, bugging out. And we have the Giants. Over here is Monsters Live in a Dark Tunnel. The A's, the Nationals, and the Mariners. I had them both in my hand, so just decided that was the easiest way to do it. There's a black border for the Phillies. There comes Joe Morgan for the Cincinnati Reds. There's one for the Padres and a Booming Cities. A black border Eddie Murray for the Orioles. There's one for the Giants. Here comes one for the Blue Jays. And I've got another for Cincinnati with Sparky Anderson, our manager for a while. The San Francisco Giants. Monsters Live in a Cave. The Cubbies. The Marlins, and Monsters Live in the Attic. I'm pretty sure that's for real. Out of all of them, I'd say if you had to choose one to say that's where monsters live, yeah, I got to go with Attic. I really do. I think that's right. There's Celebrity and a Digging Deep. Angela says you need some Joe Burrow. You going to get in tomorrow night on Origins then? Remember, that's the barber for the Marlins. There's Skyscrapers. Celebrity. Yeah, Origins ought to be a lot of fun tomorrow night, so I'm looking forward to that. Celebrity, Digging Deep. Celebrity, and Skyscraper. Celebrity, advertisement. Whoops, that guy's Celebrity. Down on the farm, a horse. It's a while since we'd seen a farm. Seems like it had been a while anyway. And here is a relic that goes to non-baseball celebrities, some kind of a baseball writer. So, of course, he's not affiliated with a specific team or anything. So he goes to that celebrity category, that kind of catch-all. Farm tractor. Digging deep. Skyscraper. Celebrity, and a relic for Minnesota and the Twins with Willens, whose last name I always butcher, so I think we'll just leave it at Willens. What do you say? I think that's the plan. Oh, you said Burrow is in this product. Is he? All right. I did not know that. I knew J.K. Dobbins was. We hit his autograph in here. The first or second break we did of this, we hit his autograph. There were two celebrities, the one I laid down in that one, and then a down on the farm. So, yeah, I didn't realize Joe Burrow was in here, too. So, ooh, that would be tantalizing. I was thrilled when we hit the J.K. Dobbins, truthfully. Because I'll tell you what, sometimes you get these off-sport athletes out of Ginter, and their autographs out of here turn out to do quite well because they're so limited. And it's obviously unusual to have them in a cross-sport product. So I would imagine the Burrow would do quite well. It's down on the farm cornstalk. I mean, everything else of his does quite well too. But I don't know how I didn't realize he was in here, but I didn't. It's digging deep. And a relic for R.L. Stein going to the celebrity spot, the author of Goosebumps. A skyscraper and celebrity, and that's that. So there is 4 boxes. Box number 4 is completed. We've got 2 left to go. Oh, Mike was asking if that was a Twins relic. Yes, it was, for Willens, whose last name I butcher. So that's why I just called him Willens, because I do absolutely just butcher his name. So, yeah. But it was indeed for Minnesota. All right. Now, Mike says you just need some Kansas City luck. Some luck for your Royals. All right. We'll work on it for the Royals. That is the New York Yankees and Aaron Judge. Jay Allen, I bet you can hear the cat down there, can't you? New scratcher. Seems to be having quite a bit of momentum going with that scratcher right now, too. But Jay Allen listens on headphones, so he always hears, like, when my neighbors pull in and out, when the cats chase each other, when they're playing, and when, you know, basically anything unusual or loud or ambient noise goes on, you really pick that stuff up in a headphone. So I'm pretty sure he probably heard that. The cat was very aggressively going after the new scratcher. Jay Allen, you said you got to head out. All right, my friend. I will keep working on your Phillies, Rays, and digging deep. We will keep working on that for you. I think somebody's about to chase somebody, too. It certainly sounds like that Big Brother's about to chase Little Sister, so we may have that going on in a minute. And it doesn't sound like it's going to be a friendly chase either if it happens, so let's hope it doesn't. You never know. I might have to get up and intervene if it gets too out of hand. Because sometimes they do. Sometimes they're nasty little kitties. Oh, yeah. See, you heard a truck go by. I didn't even notice it. I've tuned out most of that. I hear the motorcycle, though, when the neighbor comes home with the motorcycle because he doesn't have a muffler on it. So that one I noticed, but most of the other stuff I just about tune out. Although as a whole, the street's pretty quiet tonight. I haven't heard a whole lot of stuff going on. Some nights there's more traffic than others. We looked at a new house today, and it was on a cul-de-sac, a little dead-end street, and and it had a 1/4 of an acre yard. I was like, oh, that would be nice. Not, because you'd still hear, I guess, a neighbor with a motorcycle that doesn't have a muffler. You'd still hear them, but you probably just wouldn't have as many things going on a little dead-end cul-de-sac, perhaps. But sadly, though, the house was in terrible shape. It really was. They had not taken care of it at all. So in addition to needing to be updated, it was just a hot mess. So I'd have to get it pretty cheap, and then we'd have to upgrade and change and fix and repair and replace a lot of stuff. But if we got it cheap enough, I don't know, might do it. So, don't know, but anyway, I bet I'd hear less stuff there anyway. Okay, so we have got the Tigers, the Astros, San Diego, Cleveland, bugging out, the Washington Nationals, Blue Jays, the Yankees, the Mariners, a black border for the White Sox with the big hurt. There's one for the Montreal Expos, which again is the Nationals. Got Tampa Bay, the Mets, black border for the Giants. And here is a safari truck for Safari Sites. Phillies, 9 ways to first base. The Twins, monsters live in a sewer drain. Monsters live in a cave. Sewer drain is still the funniest one to me. There's the Yankees, the Blue Jays, the Dodgers, and Whitey Ford for the Yankees. I think the sewer one is so funny to me because it reminds me of It. You know, Stephen King, It. With that weird clown. And you know, I have not seen the remake, okay? I'll freely admit that. It might be scarier, but the original one is just so bizarre with that freaky clown down on the farm combine. And I never really thought it was like that scary watching that original movie, or Skyscraper. It was just more kind of, I don't know, campy sort of, because it was such a weird, creepy, strange clown. And so, I don't know, I guess that's why sewer makes me laugh. Celeb and Celeb. But now the remake might be straight up terrifying. I have no idea, because I have not seen it, so. You said, Nicholas says it's definitely not scarier, but the first one is good. Listen, I've watched the first one more than once. I'm not saying I don't like it. Celebrity and Celebrity. I'm just saying it was not, to me, scary, really. That's Celebrity. There's Down on the Farm. Of course, I also did not see it as a kid, right? So I was older the first time I ever watched it. And so, yeah, that probably makes a difference, too. You said the second remake is the worst movie you've ever seen. That's the one I have not seen that one. Down on the Farm, The Garden. So that you're talking about the most recent one, right? Digging Deep. I did not see that one, so that I had no idea if that was good, bad, or indifferent, but now I know not to bother. Skyscraper. Most of the time, Digging Deep. I think the original ones are the way to go. You know, most of the time remakes are not as good or as satisfying as the original. A relic that goes to Celebrity, a soccer goalkeeper. Every once in a while you'll find I guess, well, no, really. I don't think a remake is hardly ever better. Every once in a while, you'll find a sequel that's as good or better, a la Empire Strikes Back. Although, maybe not better than Star Wars, maybe better than Star Wars. I don't know. I go back and forth over it. But it's equally as good as Star Wars Empire was. But that's a sequel. That's different. Remakes, I don't know. I don't really ever think a remake is as good as the original. There was a Digging Deep, a Skyscraper, and a Relic for the Astros. And it is Yordan Alvarez, your rookie there for the Houston Astros, with the relic that I think is our third relic out of that box, I believe, wasn't it? I think it was. You said it's a dumpster fire inside of a train wreck. Wow, Skyscraper. Celebrity. Now that makes me want to see it just because it's so bad. Is that weird? A celebrity, it kind of is. Celebrity. That I would now want to see it just because I know how bad it is. That's another celebrity. I don't know. I'm sure I won't. There's plenty of other things I'd rather watch first. Celebrity. I guess that was not our final hit because here comes another hit. So I was counted wrong on this box. We've got one for the Dodgers. It is a little Matt Beatty autograph. Mini framed auto. He says, watch Troll 2 or The Room. I haven't seen either one of those. Are they good? Yeah, obviously if you're recommending them, they've got to be pretty good. I tell you, the kind I like the best are the psychological ones. Down on the Farm, the Cow. And there's one that is a celebrity that, again, goes to the Marlins. He's the Marlins barber. There's a Digging Deep. So, like Silence of the Lambs, that's a really good one, I think. It's a good psychological one. The Conjuring, I think they kind of fall within that guideline. There's not like bloody, gory kind of stuff, but it'll just like get in your head and mess with you. But those are more the kind I like. So I don't know if the ones you just recommended are like that, or if they're more like jump up out of the sewer and slash you kind. Because I like those less. But anyway, you said those are cult classic terrible movies. Oh, The Room and The Room is the one. Isn't that the one they just made a movie about with what's his head and his brother? Why can't I think of their names? Anyway, I think I know what The Room is. This is the Cubbies and Javi Baez with a box loader. The Disaster Artist, right. Yes, that was about The Room, right? Isn't that what that movie was about? I did not see that movie, but I became familiar with The Room having read about all the stuff leading up to that movie. James Franco, thank you, and his brother Dave, yeah. Yeah, that's it. You said watch Midsommar and Hereditary. Okay. I think I saw at least one of those come up. The Midsommar one, I think, is the one that was in my Netflix, where they give you you might watch this or like this thing. I think that came up in my list not too long ago. But instead, I watched an HBO show called The Third Day. Was it The Third Day or The 3 Days? The something days. I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be a good one. It's split into 2 parts. 2 apparently distinct stories. And I've watched the first set of stories, which is 3 episodes. And now there's another set of stories that'll start with the new episodes. And it is just bizarre. I don't know any other way to say it. It's very odd. Yet I couldn't quite not watch it. But it's real weird, and it's kind of slow in places, too. But anyway, I think we might have a booklet back there in the back. I'm not going to absolutely swear to it, but I think we might have. In which case, I'm really going to be pleased because this case already, as I said, has been pretty good to us. We've had the 2 box loader rip cards, and we've had, not in this half of the case, but in the other half of the case, you know, we had the red autograph and some other hand-numbered stuff that was quite nice out of it. Hit some good autographs out of here with the Matt Beatty and whatnot, and now what I believe is going to be a booklet card. So, all in all, I gotta say, I think this case gets a high 5 from us if that is a booklet, and I think it is. Feels like it. We'll find out momentarily. You know I'm going to wait and open it last. You know that, right? Because, yeah, that's how I am. I'm so mean like that. I just like to have something to look forward to. That's all. Yeah, so we're just going to leave him sit. He's going to sit just right there. We're going to open him at the very end because I think he's the booklet. Giants, celebrities, and if he's not, we will have saved it for nothing. There's Citadels and Safeholds. The Orioles, we are in Last Box Mojo, by the way. The Attic for Monsters. There went one for the Braves. Here comes a celebrity. Monsters live under the bed. The Yankees. And then you have got the Tigers and the Nationals. Booming Cities. Seattle Mariners. The White Sox. A black border Austin Riley for the Braves. There's one for the Mets. Here come the Astros. There's a black border for the Orioles. That was Cal Ripken Jr. There's one for Cleveland. And here's one for the Yankees. Monsters live in a dark tunnel. The New York Mets and KC, the Royals. So that's the last of the minis. And now let's see what else we've got. Let's see about the rest of the story. Nicholas says, come on Padres booklet, but Mike is feeling like it's going to be a Kansas City Royals booklet. Celebrity. Let's just hope I'm right and it is a booklet, but it really felt like one. Skyscraper. In which case it will mean Last Box Mojo is alive and well. I mean, you know how that works. We always, down on the farm, try to get some really good stuff out of the last box by calling out Last Box Mojo. And sometimes it works. Sometimes we get the best stuff of the break out of the last box. Not always, but sometimes. So that was Celebrity. That guy's Marlins. He's their barber. I know I've said that before, but Celebrity, just digging deep. But people jump in and out, you know. So somebody might not know it, and then it'll become a thing later. So better to say it a couple extra times. Celebrity. And a relic for Mr. Andrew Benintendi. And the Red Sox. There's one for you, CIA chef. With a Benintendi relic out of the last box to give you something to take home at least. Down on the farm. Celebrity. Advertisement. Long ball inserts. Celebrity. Ditto. Down on the farm. And digging deep. Skyscraper. And another skyscraper. And another hit. This is Celebrity. He's just some British guy who likes baseball. Called the British Baseball Fan. British baseball. Woo! Baseball Brit. I'll get it out in a minute. So that goes to the celebrity category with our British baseball fan. Doesn't seem like that would be that unusual, but I guess maybe it is. I don't know. Skyscraper. down on the farm, digging deep. And there's our baseball Brit guy again. Oh, we did have another relic. And there's Josh Hader for the Milwaukee Brewers. So maybe that either isn't a booklet, although I think it is, or it's an extra hit because, well, that was 3 right there. Yeah? Yeah, we just hit 3 relics. So here it is. Drum roll, what I believe to be our booklet. Let's take a little peek. Oh, it might not be a booklet. It might be a big old relic of something else. I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at the rest of what's in here. There's Digging Deep. And it is... Oh, it wasn't. It's another... Oh, it's a double rip card. There's the Phillies and Aaron Nola. It's a double rip card. That's why it felt so thick. Because regular rip cards, I didn't think we were going to find another one, honestly, because we had the box loader, but we did. So it's for the Phillies, which is going to make Jay Allen happy. It does have a little ding here on the top. You can see there on the edge. It's got a little out-of-the-pack ding to it, but it is numbered. It's to 25. It's Jay Allen's favorite player, Rhys Hoskins, and it's double rip. On the other side is Bryce Harper, and I'm going to bet that Jay Allen is probably not going to rip that with Rhys Hoskins on one side and Bryce Harper on the other. But if he does... He better tell us what he finds. He's already gone to bed, or he's getting ready for bed. So I don't know if he's still listening or not. Sometimes he's still listening when he's getting ready to go to bed, and sometimes not. But if he is still listening, that'll make him happy. So I was wrong about the booklet, but still, double rip is good. Okay. Let's recap this bad boy. Let's take a look at what all we found. Celebrity relic. A relic for the Minnesota Twins. Celebrity relic. Celebrity relic. Relic for the Cincinnati Reds. A relic for the Tigers with Miguel Cabrera. Framed relic. Framed mini autograph. John Means, Baltimore Orioles. Framed relic for Chapman and the Yankees. Pudge, Ivan Rodriguez. Framed relic for the Texas Rangers. And a relic for the Cubbies with Schwarber, a framed autograph, Tim Anderson out for the White Sox, and a celebrity relic. And then you said, see, Jay Allen, you are still here. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. See, I told you should hang out. And it does have, that little ding up there, but it's not terrible, but it is a little imperfection. But it's a pretty sweet card, my friend, being a double rip. Those don't come out very often either. Numbered to 25, so we know it doesn't come out often. And Rhys Hoskins on one side, Bryce Harper on the other. And yes, if you rip it, please send me a picture of what's inside, because I always like to know. Like, I always want to know what's in there. There's the Brewers and Josh Hader. This goes to Celebrity, a relic. We've got a relic for the Red Sox, so with the Benintendi. We've got another framed mini autograph. That's the Dodgers and Matt Beatty. A framed mini relic, Yordan Alvarez for the Astros, and a celebrity relic. And that wraps us up for tonight. I am going to put up all of your fun information again about shipping and what's coming up in the days ahead. If you missed either of those topics at the start of the break, this is going to be your chance to catch up and get the 411. So Monday is your projected shipping date. As always, that is plus or minus a day. So I will get it out to you as quickly as I can. Right now, I anticipate it being Monday. And of course, I think most everybody pulled something in here. The only exception maybe being the DNA pin relic category. And you guys will get consolation cards, or that person that's one category will get consolation cards when the rest of the break ships out, since it's paid shipping break. Every other category, you pulled cards, and you'll, of course, get the cards that you pulled. The days ahead, they look like this. Tomorrow night is a new release. It's Origins Football. We're going to break an 8-box, half-case quantity of loose boxes of Origins Football and a single box break of TriStar full-size football helmet, the authentic ones. They're not even playing around. No replica there. They're nice, big, heavy, real, like put it on your head, go play professional football helmets. So there you go. That'll be Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all 3 off nights. Tuesday night, we're going to come back and bust into some more Bowman Chrome baseball, which we haven't opened in a week or 10 days. So we'll get into that. So, all right, I guess that is it for me tonight. That is all the news to use around here. So once again, thanks everyone for being here. I appreciate you very much. I hope that you have a good rest of your evening. We're almost to the weekend, that you enjoy your Friday. Have a nice weekend. If I don't see you again tomorrow night, I hope I will see you again sometime soon. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. Go register to vote if you're not registered. And we'll see you on Monday. Bye now. Or no, we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Whoops, I've been off a day all week. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.